Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Friends, before going into the details of the war, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. Please support by subscribing and turning on the notification bell. We are a strong community. 8 months of fakes and discreditation. How the Kremlin's new laws against anti-war dissent are applied online since the escalation of the invasion of Ukraine. Freedom of speech in Russia has suffered an extraordinary contraction. Scrutiny and censorship of the public and the media is widespread. Statements about the Russian army that go against the official position of the state agencies are routinely criminalized. In the first 8 months of the war, anti-war statements have served as a reason for criminal charges against 331 people in 64 regions. Social media has given the police and special services more tools for finding and proving speech crimes and circulating information on arrests. The ruling party even set up a bot in the messenger service Telegram encouraging people to fight the information war on the government side. These tactics contribute to establishing a panopticon-like regime of fear and self-censorship. Expediting repression, censorship and political repression are not new to Russia, but, in 2022, they reached new heights. Alongside new digital tools, new legislation allows the state to expedite and industrialize the repression of dissidents. On the same day Vladimir Putin announced the invasion of Ukraine, Roskomnadzor announced that, when reporting on the war, the media must exclusively call it the special military operation, and only draw on official government sources. In 2 days, Roskomnadzor started censoring war publications and, by October, blocked over 8,000 websites in Russia. In a week, the parliament passed amendments to the administrative violations and criminal codes that came into force the same day. The new Article 207.3 of the Criminal Code concerned the public dissemination of knowingly false information about the use of the Russian Federation's military. The punishment for disseminating fakes ranges from a $1.5 million fine to 15 years of imprisonment. Another new offense is discrediting the Russian armed forces. The first time discreditor receives an administrative punishment, $30,000 to $50,000, which is about USD 480 to 800, under Article 20.3.3 of the Administrative Violations Code, whereas the second offense makes one a criminal, up to 5 years in prison under Article 280.3 of the Criminal Code. According to OVD Info, by October, there were 107 criminal cases opened under the fakes article and 4,777 administrative cases under the discreditation articles, most of them concerning social media activity. Social media activity includes posts, comments, emoji reactions, messages in group chats, and YouTube videos. One case is also based on private telephone calls. Public figures, journalists, civil activists, politicians, and bloggers are more likely to be charged with a criminal case. The most remarkable arrest to date happened on July 12. Municipal Deputy Ilya Yashin was charged with spreading fakes in a YouTube video. An opposition politician since 2000 and a close associate of Navalny and Nemtsov, Yashin has been persecuted throughout his entire career. For people like him, there is a saying from the Soviet times, "Find me the man, and I'll find you the crime," meaning that the law can't stop the state from putting anyone in prison. Keeping in mind the scale of the bone that Putin had to pick with Yashin, the fact that his first criminal charge is under the fakes article is telling. Yashin's case is still in process, but another deputy, Alexei Goranov, was sentenced to 7 years in penal colony for saying war instead of special operation at a meeting. This law substantially alleviates the burden of formal procedures that the police and prosecutors need to carry out to create the illusion of a functional justice system and thus expedites the process of repression. This is also apparent at the local level. Outside of Moscow and St. Petersburg, it is common for people to be convicted with fines and lighter criminal sentences. Most of the defendants are civil activists and journalists with a small following, who have been on the state's radar already. For instance, Yevgeny Fokin from Novosibirsk is an urban activist. He was only 17 when charged for sending a message in the Telegram chat, Coalition Novosibirsk 2020, with 2,880 subscribers. The message included our post of the news article that quoted the head of the Ukrainian President administration claiming that all the nuclear facilities in Ukraine were occupied by the Kadyrovites. "I hope he is lying," added Yevgeny in the caption. "This is probably the worst news of the 21st century." In his interview later, Yevgeny wonders, "In my initial comment, I actually questioned the reliability of the information. And still, they say, knowingly false." Sergei Nosiv from Baklanovo village of the Oryol region was accused of posting messages about massacres in Bucha and Irpin on the Telegram channel, the Nosiv List, with 352 subscribers. In 2021, Alexei Argonov, a university professor from Barnaul, asked his students to sign a petition against the Federal Education and Science Supervision Agency. He believes that is why in 2022, he incurred a Rub 30,000 fine for a sad emoji and a like under somebody else's anti-war posts. A few cases have been opened against ordinary people with no history of social activism. Among them are a stoker, a software developer, a driver, an archaeologist, and a digger. Ritual of shame and intimidation. On June 28, the St. Petersburg police published a video where 3 officers of the Rapid Deployment Task Force in full gear tear a metal apartment door off the wall. They run inside screaming, "On the ground," and we see a half-dressed middle-aged man lying on the floor face down and later apologizing to the camera. It was Oleg Belousov, who lives with his adult son, both have disabilities. He expressed his anti-war views in a public group, Diggers of St. Pete, on the social network vk.com, and a fellow digging enthusiast reported him to the police. The genre of police footage like this one is not new in Russia. However, such videos would usually be published or control leaked only for high-profile cases like terrorism. Recently, the demonstrative use of excessive force and extravagant expenditure during the arrests for speech crimes has become a common phenomenon. As for the police publishing video apologies on the internet, in Russia, this practice started in Chechnya in 2015, for criticisms of the government and honor faults. In 2020, it was adopted by enforcement officers all over the country, mainly against spreading fakes about coronavirus. From 2021, we see many confessional videos of ordinary opposition members, and now the dissidents. It is safe to assume that most of these videos are filmed under pressure. According to anthropologist Alexandra Arkhipova, such videos may discredit the opposition. They show the protesters as weak, humiliated, and inconsistent, making it emotionally harder to support them. For an anti-war movement in such a country as Russia, big and spread across long distances, digital connectivity is crucial. Given the colossal scale of censorship in media, the internet is the only place to access diverse information not filtered by the state. At the same time, police brutality towards street protesters in the last decade created an illusion that online spaces are safer for self-expression than offline, a view that has been challenged more and more in the past couple of years. Thus, when the police prosecute people for their opinions expressed in seemingly private and safe online spaces and advertise disproportionately violent arrests, it fosters even more paranoia and self-censorship within the opposition. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.